In this video, I'm going to be showing you a Lego robot I built that in theory can climb up really tall poles. Now, the main concepts and designs for this robot actually came from the Lego Brick Experiment channel here on YouTube, so if you're more interested in how this robot actually works and grips onto the pole, then make sure to check out their full-length video after this one. As you're seeing right here, this thing's actually really long. Here it is compared to a minifig, just super long. And I actually measured it with a tape measure, and as you can see, it is exactly 3 feet. I'm going to try my best to explain to you guys how this thing actually works in terms of the motorized functions. Starting off here at the very end of the boom arm, we have the 2 motors used in this, as well as the main battery box thing, and that is because we want all the weight to be as far away from the pole as possible, so that when this part's pulling down, these 2 wheels will be gripping onto the pole really tight so that it doesn't slide down. Also important to note that instead of using these extra large motors from Lego, I decided to use these small motors just because I wanted to, really. Yeah, this motor right here inside of the frame runs this axle down all the way here. Then there's also this joint right here, and this makes the axle go this way through here, and then it stops right there with another one of those joints. Goes across here along this like kind of angle right here, and then goes into this, and inside of there is kind of like where all the gears are, and that's what makes it so that it has enough energy to move these wheels and pull the entire thing all the way up the pole. Or at least in theory, that is. I haven't actually tested it yet. The thing I added near the end of the project is actually this really cool robot claw. And so what this does is it has 2 linear actuators, one on this side, one on the other side, one for each of these grippers. So as you can see, they're pretty rigid because of those. The motor that's right here goes through like a ton of gears that are inside there. And those gears are also protected by these beams in case the entire robot ever does fall. The gears will be protected by these. And so basically these can open and close. So like it can grab something, and then when it's at the top, it can drop it down, which will be pretty cool to see if that actually works. And then there's also some more protective body paneling right here, so the linear actuators don't get too damaged once again if it falls down. Okay, enough of showing you how I actually designed it. It's time we take it into the real world and actually test this thing. I've arrived at the destination. The pole we will be climbing today is this one right over here. I'm also able to use the bag that I carried everything over with as a pad so that the robot stays clean. In order to unhinge the robot so that it can go around the bottom of the post, after taking off these 4 pieces, all you have to do is simply just unhook this part. See, it snaps right off. And then that part just comes off, and as you can see, it works as a perfect hinge. It turns out that this pole was actually a little too small, and there were some flaws in the robot, so I'm going to fix those flaws and go to another pole, and I'll be back when I'm done with that. Okay, so here we are 2 weeks later, and I've actually given up on the project because there's other things I want to build with these pieces, and I'm just not really that interested in it anymore, and it wasn't working. So I've decided to move on to other bigger and better things, so I will be taking apart this smock. And the rest of this video is just more clips to better document this cool Lego creation.